And yeah, we are live. So
Hello, everybody.
actually, well, yeah, what I'm going to do is we're gonna start here in about. Hey guys, good day. This is Jonathan Ribble. I'm here with my partner in crime, Omar Valaro, from
Hi, how
all
are
the
you
way from
doing?
Spain. How are you, Omar?
Very, very good. Very, very excited of this new challenge.
Oh,
I hope everybody is joining. I really hope this is. I think this is going to be a huge value for everybody looking at this. Really.
absolutely. We were today we're going to be talking about marketing mindsets. You know, a lot of these challenges are changing from 2 months. What they did 2 months ago, they're changing up again. They're trying to bring other people in. What we're trying to
Mhm.
do is we want to build off of each challenge and just the new improved version. Today we're going to talk about marketing mindset,
Mhm.
and I'm going to have Omar talk a little bit about what he has learned about why it's important to have a mindset of marketing. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to start talking about how to stay internally motivated and having a good mindset. How to stay
Mhm.
motivated even when things don't seem to be moving in the direction that you'd like them to move. So go ahead, Amar. I will share a few thoughts on your mindset when it comes to marketing and what you think.
Mhm.
What are some of the pitfalls that you have went through, and how do you keep your mindset in marketing? So,
Mhm. Okay. Um, so just telling a quick story how I started. Okay. I kind of wanted to start a business online to work from home long before COVID. Okay, no, it's not about from COVID. This decision it was made long before, and I started to look a little bit about how to make money online. What can I do, right? And I started blogging, and obviously I went to WordPress and started building my blog, and I learned about. Creating websites, build an online store, and all that. But the thing is that I didn't have any marketing background. I just was doing things, right? So I didn't have any sort of success with that blog, as you can imagine. Um, First and foremost, because my website design experience at the moment was awful, and yeah, it took a lot of time to actually build the website. And when I had built the website, it was so slow that it took like 20 seconds to load, so nobody was watching that. And also I wasn't able to market my content, right? I was creating content, but I didn't know how to market my content, so someone will actually read that and buy from me, right? Or click on the ads, or buy from my affiliate products. Um, so that project just went down, and I started to do some more research, right? And I read this book, building a story brand. I think it's a really it's a must when talking about marketing, and also you have some other courses. Um, this is a way of send a message to your audience, right? Is try to build in a story around your brand, around your product, helps you communicate um, with your audience, and also having this story on your own. It's not just a sort of communicate or a way of telling someone about your product. It's also about yourself, right? It's about believing in your story and embracing that story, um, and put that all that energy, all that passion in your content, um, and in your products, in your business, right? And that's kind of how I started with learning about marketing. I sat on my computer and I write my story, right? What I was doing, why I wanted to do it, and just I send that out, right? I post on my platforms, on my YouTube channel, and with that story supporting my content, I was like getting more engagement for that strategy. Okay, first because the stories connect with people, and second because I was believing my own story. I was embracing that story, and I think that's something that most people don't ever think when they are starting online, and they should do it. Write their own story and embrace that.
That's that's where most, I think, especially when we're coming into a new world. This is the new normal. I mean, virtual reality is upon us. I can't remember the last time I had a conversation where I shook somebody's hand. I can't remember where I didn't go into a grocery store without wearing a mask. I can't remember
Mhm.
the last time. It's really, so we're in a new world, a new normal. It's There's no time like the present to start learning what marketing in this world is. And here's the good news. If you find yourself out there and you don't know what to do,
Mhm.
join the club. Join the club. Don't feel bad. Don't kick yourself. You feel like you're taking 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Do not kick yourself, because guess what? I've told this to numerous people. If you're watching this right now, I just want to give you a word of encouragement. When you look at the guys like Tony Robbins, and I love Tony Robbins, and when you look at the guys like Les Brown, and he is one of my heroes, when you look at guys like James Mel and Eben Pagan and all these guys that have been around for 25 or more years doing this, I'm telling you, they wouldn't hold a candle to you. If they had to start last year in COVID-19, if they had to start with absolutely nothing during COVID-19, or maybe you're out there and you've got a business, maybe you'll watch this later, you've got a business, and that, I mean, you had to lose that business, or your business really took a major hit during COVID-19. And I was watching the news the other night, Omar.
Mhm.
I don't even watch the news anymore. It's like,
No,
uh,
I just
but I
if I show you my living room, I don't even have TV because it's all crap. I mean, it's all so disturbing that it looks unreal.
well,
So.
I haven't. I was watching it the other day, and this lady from New York, and it is a famous diner in Brooklyn. I mean, this is where uh, so many people go. I mean, this was celebrities and all that, and she
Mhm.
um, was she's been shut down since March. And see, the governor of New York shut them down, like Fort Knox, put them on lockdown, and she's barely surviving, barely hanging on. And there's a lot of businesses out there that are barely hanging on. And if you're out there, I think what you have to do is you have to get this internal drive that says, even though, even though this is happening, I am going to continue. How do you do that? You got to have, you got to know why you're doing it. Most businesses, if I have a pile of bricks over here, and I exchange that pile of bricks over here for another pile of bricks over here, and I don't know why I even have the pile of bricks in the first place. I don't know. I don't have anything to build. I'm not building a home. I'm not building a school with those bricks. I'm not building a church. I'm not building anything. I'm just moving bricks. When I was in Bible school, if you call it that, I mean, it was a lot of discipline. But years ago, I had to. They told you if you got disciplined, and they did discipline you, they would have us take this pile of logs, like for the fire. They didn't want them by that tree anymore. So your job was to move them from that tree to that tree.
To the next one.
And that, I mean, they were perfectly stacked over here. Why do you want me to move them over here? And so you would have to move all those. And then they'd come out and say, we changed our mind. We would like those logs back where they were. In other words, they were trying to discipline you to never do what you just did again, so you would have a memory-making moment. But I think I've seen a lot of businesses, a lot of entrepreneurs do the same thing. They change one pile of bricks or one pile of logs. They take it from there. We just take it from there, having no plan, having no why. Why do you want to do this? What's your end game? What is the end goal? Have you listed out how much money you want to earn? Have you listed out what service you want to provide? You know, a lot of people say, well, I'm just, I just want to figure out what supply and demand is. Figure out what people want. Okay. People want a lot of things. Okay. They're buying stuff. They're buying stuff. They're buying stuff left and right today. They're buying stuff left and right online. The trouble is, they're not buying it from you. But they are buying a bunch of stuff. Here's what I recommend. Don't just sell something. Don't just try sales, because we're all in sales. Don't just try to sell something. Sell something that your soul demands that you supply versus trying to figure out the supply and demand. Oh, what are people buying today? What are people buying today? Oh, what can I be an affiliate marketer? I'll go into ClickBank and I'm going to click, and I'm going to get all these products. But you haven't even studied the product yourself. You're not passionate about the product. You want to sell a vitamin, but you don't take the vitamin yourself. You wouldn't pay for the $70 for the vitamin. You just want to make the $20 being an affiliate. Start putting some skin in the game and make a decision that you're going to be an entrepreneur or you're going to be an employee. But you can't be both. You're either going to jump off the plane and jump off the cliff and build the plane on the way down. You're not going to always have it perfect. You know, you think about the Wright brothers. And the Wright brothers, everybody said they were wrong. Their wives said they were wrong. Their brothers said they were wrong. Their sisters said they were wrong. Their mothers said they were wrong. But they were right. And they lived up to their name. Now, you got to think about it. They studied the laws of aerodynamics before aerodynamics existed. They stepped into the unknown. They had no clue how to fly. Now you think about it.
Yeah.
They had no clue how to fly. They just had an idea. They had an idea. They had trial and error, trial and
Exactly.
error. They had this didn't work. They didn't make any money. They lost money. They got money people to invest in their business, and then their business went. And they
Hmm.
owned a bicycle shop. They owned a bicycle shop. They repaired bicycles, but they had a passion. They had an unending passion. Most people don't have this. They start a business and they don't know why they're in business. They go into sales and they don't know why they're in sales in the first
Hmm.
place. They hate sales. So, along with marketing mindset, you've got to determine this is what I want, and I'm willing to stake my existence on its accomplishment. I want to help people. I want to help businesses. You got to set your vision. You got to set your mindset. You got to set your marketing plan, whatever it is, but you got to have a why. And if the why is big enough, the how won't matter. And there's a statement that says, when one is ready for a thing, it puts in its appearance. And some
Hmm.
people are like, John, I'm reading the books, I'm listening to the tapes, I'm going to the seminars, I'm taking the notes, but it's still not working. It's still, excuse my language, but it's still shitty. And they have to call
Well,
the itty bitty shitty committee. And I'm telling you, it's really, you're being processed and you're being proven.
hmm.
That's so crucial. You have something to add, Omar?
Yeah. Just coming to my mind, I can't remember the name. The guy that worked with Edison is on Think and Grow Rich, the book. I can't remember the name of the guy, but
Edwin C.
that
Barnes. Edwin C. Barnes.
it was similar. Yeah, he went to Edison with the idea of be a partner of Edison, right, or be a business partner. And he started with the lowest position possible on his company, and he stayed right there because every day when he raised up, he was Edison's business partner. Even if he didn't achieve that yet, when he woke up, he was Edison's partner, right? He visualized this dream and put all the effort day after day on that mission. And at the end, he achieved that. He was Edison's partner. So
And
that
that's
is
what a different story. What a
mhm,
different story we'd have to tell if we would do the same thing today. The we are like right now we are creating something. Uh, I don't want to tell anybody, but I want to tell everybody that I believe that in the power of masterminding, in the power of being willing. I know, Omar, you are going to do you. I don't know. Have you wrote your goals down as far as the amount of money that you really want to earn, Omar? And have you done the 6 steps in Think and Grow Rich that it talks about, tells us to do?
uh, I didn't went through the all the book yet. I'm on it. And yeah, I wrote my goals. I wrote my income goals too. Long ago. I it's a struggle. Keep with that, and that's also something that our audience needs to hear. It's a struggle, um, but as long as you want to be there, uh, you keep pushing forward, to achieve that.
Well, I know this about Omar, and Omar is also a coach, and I also know that he is a man that does more than what he's paid to do. And so I do know that he will be paid more for what he does. And there is a day coming that
Hmm.
he is passionate about what he does. I mean, it's more. he has turned his livelihood into his hobby. I mean, this is he loves what he does in life. When you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And I think what we're doing here is we're building something of the best of both worlds. We're offering coaching, business coaching, and we're also offering online, but I think it's more philosophical than procedural. When I did sales training in the physical world, people would always ask me, John, just give me the close. Just show me how to close a sale. It has, it's 80-20, 80% philosophical, 20% is procedural. Changing what you think about and really focusing on your goal. And if you've got a big enough goal, if the why is big enough, the how don't matter. So many people are saying, John, I don't know how I'm going to do this, and I don't have any money. I can tell you the times I have been in the same boat, done things without any money. I didn't have it, but I chose.
Just figure it out.
You figure it out. You move. You step. You keep stepping, and you keep moving forward. And I really believe, though, it's crucial for everybody at this point is to take out a sheet of paper, no matter if you're watching now or watching later or listening later or on YouTube or the Zoom call or wherever you're at. I want you to really write down what you want. That's crucial. You got to write down what you want. Now, some people say, well, I want a bigger house. Well, then determine how much money it's going to take for you to get a bigger house. I want a better relationship. Well, determine how much money it's going to take for you to get a better relationship. A lot of people say, well, you don't need money to have a better relationship. Bullpucky. Usually, I don't think money is the most important thing, but I do believe it comes in second to oxygen. So determine what you want and then put a price tag on what you want. And where do you want to travel to? I want to travel to Venice. Okay, figure out how much money it's going to take to travel to Venice then, if that's your goal. And I believe we need a bigger goal. I believe we need to set a goal that's so exhilarating that it excites us and it scares us at the same time. One that's so in tune with our mental and spiritual core will willingly dedicate all of our waking hours to its attainment, so that we can say that at the end of our life, I'm grateful to the idea that He's my life, whether I make another dime or not. Doesn't matter about the money. It has to do with this driving force that's in me. That's what Tony Robbins talks about. He tells us we all have a story. There's our state, and then our strategy. Well, so many people start trying to worry about their strategies, and they haven't figured out their story or their state yet. Their state is horrible. Their story, they're always looking at where they were, and the circumstances you're faced with is not who you are. It's just where you were. The decisions that you made yesterday, you're going to pay for today. So start making better decisions today to get a better tomorrow. So today's a do-over from yesterday. So when you set that goal, I've got a goal that's so exhilarating. Now then, break it down to the ridiculous. How much money do you want to earn this year? Okay, set a date on it. This is a do or die date. No matter what, I'm going to set a date. Then write down the service which you're going to give in exchange for it, because you can't get something for nothing. And then number 4, write out a plan of how you're going to bring that service to the surface. And then number 5, write out a life statement of how you feel now that you have the money. How does it feel to know that you're making $20,000 a month or more?
Well, we feel yes, awesome.
How does it feel that you're making $20,000 a week? I mean, if we were making $20,000 a week, how would that make you feel?
Just how can I say, relaxed.
Okay. So when you put yourself in that realm of This is what I'm going to do. This is the service. So what is my service? What am I going to provide? So am I going to write a book? Am I going to do a tape series? Am I going to sell courses? Am I going to put funnels together? These are the services. This is the plan. Okay, I need to create a funnel. I need to create a website. I need to make this call. So this is my schedule. I do this on Monday, this on Tuesday, this on Thursday. This is the plan that I'm going to implement. And then number 5, I am going to write out a life statement. This is my mission statement. This is the service I'm doing. This is the plan I'm doing. This is how much money this is how I feel. And then number 6, this is vitally important. A lot of people don't do this out of Think and Grow Rich. It says, then read these statements out loud twice daily. Seeing and feeling yourself in possession of the thing that you want, already there. When the carpenter from the plains of Galilee, he said time and time again, as you believe, be it done unto you. And then he also said, when you pray, so when you go to infinite intelligence, or when you get in your mastermind, or when you have communication with God, start to pray. When you pray believing as if it's already taken place. And you shall have the thing that you pray for. It will be attracted into your life. But most of us sit around and focus on the things that we don't have or don't want, and end up getting more of the same. Because whatever you put your mind to, whatever you focus on, it will expand. I don't have any money. 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 Is it expanding or is it shrinking? It's expanding.
Exactly.
I may be in a present circumstance right now that I don't have any money. The circumstance is I don't have any money. It's a fact. And so many people are so concerned with the facts. I heard an 8-year-old girl say, out of the mouth of babes, she said, don't give me the facts. The facts are always changing. Tell me the truth. That's the truth. The truth is, are you really broke? Do you really not have any money? Take a look around your house, guys. What could you sell in your house that you don't use anymore? Do we really not have any money? What service could you offer someone out there in exchange for something else? I can't afford a coach, John. Could you do social media for the guy? Could you exchange services for the guy? Maybe you get a coach to help you with. I know how to be a virtual assistant. Okay, so why don't you start working for someone else in exchange for their services? See, before we had this thing called dollars and euros and money that we throw in our pocket, and dollars and bills and paper and coins, we had a rock. This was money. This is our medium of exchange.
Yeah.
You liked my cup. You saw this cup. You saw me taking a drink out of this cup. You can't drink with this. You can't drink it. You thought this could be useful. Especially when you saw me go. Because lately you've been having to go down to the lake and then you get a little dirty. Well, you figured if you could take that cup and you just put it down into the water a little bit. That'd be nice. So you don't need this. You give me this. And you tell me what you've been able to do with this when I see you're checking your Facebook on here and all that. I don't really need this cup. I got another one. So I give you this cup and you give me your phone. That's the medium of exchange. That's what we in earlier days. Or they would say, how about me and my son come over to your farm and we will do some work for you in exchange for some of your extra seed.
Mm-hmm.
There was no money exchanged, but they provided service to the other. They provided value. And here's what I would say today: be a person of value. Be a person of value. Give till it hurts, man. Give till it hurts. It's what Mother Teresa was asked. What should I do? She said, give till it hurts. And you're saying, well, I don't see it coming back right away. Well, there's a Bible verse that says, cast your bread upon the waters. And after many days, I looked up many they've got a lexicon. It's a Greek and Hebrew lexicon. It helps you decipher what the meanings of words are. And I looked up many, and it's in the Webster's Dictionary as well. And I looked up many. Many is a lot. After a lot, it's a lot. It's quite a few.
It's not two.
Now, weren't you glad, Omar, that when you guys got pregnant with your first kid, that it
Sorry,
took,
can you repeat?
Weren't you glad that when you got pregnant with your first kid, when your wife did, you didn't get pregnant, but when your wife did, but weren't you glad that it didn't show up the next morning?
Yeah, absolutely.
We have that. The next morning we got a baby. It took time. After many days, you cast your bread upon her water. You consummated something. You put your seed out into the universe, and after many days, it will come back to you. And it came back in the form of your son, daughter, whatever, but it came back in the form of your child. But my gosh, if we cast our bread upon the water, and all of a sudden right when we do it, we're getting a ton back, and we're not prepared for it. This way, when you start to work on things, you have time to prepare to receive what's coming into your life. You had some time to go get a crib. You had some time to, we got to start thinking about it. Because if the next day you had to buy everything, you found out you're pregnant, and then the next day you had to go out and buy everything. The strollers, the cribs, the Enfamil, the formula,
prepare the house.
The bigger the house, everything, you had to do it right away. So a lot of times God graces us. The elephant doesn't show up when you think about it. Like it gives you time to plan. It gives you time to put some things into action. We need to do it this way. We need to focus on it this way. And life will be completely different. But it's going back to the mindset of being prepared to stay the course, no matter what. Tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit about how exposure is more important than expertise, but this mindset, I think, is more important than anything. Having a mindset that says, man, I don't know how, but I know why. And I don't know how it's all going to work out. I don't understand how it's going to work out. God knows it needs to work out. But I think we get too stressed at times, too frustrated, and we don't take life. We take life too seriously. There is a new normal among us, but not anyone is an expert on COVID-19. There's not one person in this world right now that unless they're the ones that created it. And they're probably sitting up there, oh, the suckers, we got them again. But it's the best marketing plan I've ever seen in my life. It's the best marketing plan. I've never seen anything that went like viral. Not only it was a virus, but it went viral. I have never seen anything go so fast. And now there's companies that make masks. I mean, if you're a sewer, you could be sewing masks. You know, you could say, I don't know what to do. Well, if you can sew, you could create masks. And people put them online, people buy them. Just show them on your Facebook page. If you can come up with some masks that work, put them online. Somebody would buy one. It's just all about, even Jesus said one time, he said to a rich young ruler, the rich ruler, he had all this money. And he said, what must I do to inherit eternal life? Having money doesn't always mean you're alive. Doesn't mean you always have the best of everything. It doesn't mean you have happiness. Doesn't mean you have joy. And Jesus said, you lack this. Because the man said, what must I do to inherit eternal life? He says, keep the commandments. Be a person of integrity. Do what's right. He says, I've done all these. Jesus didn't argue with him. So he must have. He must have been a good a contributing member of society. He probably had some employees working with him and all that. And he says, you lack one thing. And he said, what? And Jesus said, go sell what you have and offer it to the poor. Now, Jesus didn't tell him to go sell all of his stuff, sell his house, his boat, his car. He said, go sell what you have and offer it to the poor. When I got to thinking about that, I was like, what does that mean? Sell all that stuff and give it all to the poor? No, he says, go sell what you have and offer it to the poor. And I thought, what do we really have at the end of the day? Maybe he didn't have a house. Maybe he didn't have a boat. And it's not only his money, but who he was as an individual, his purpose for living, his purpose for being. If you really want to find life, give your life to somebody else. If you really want to find your purpose, give your purpose to somebody else. So he said, go sell what you have and offer it to the poor. So many people are coaches and they don't know it. They have services to render and they don't even know it. They have a story that could sell bestsellers and they don't even know it. They don't have the right mindset. They think they've got to go through this course and 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 be certified and certified and certified before they'll even step out of the boat. And at the end of the day, it's just going to take what you have and offer it to someone less fortunate than you. And the poor will buy it. You know, I love Tony Robbins, but he's made his fortune on the backs of people that want to stay where they are. So because they will come back to every event, every challenge. He's a great guy. I absolutely have nothing but respect for him. But he knows he's doing what God told him to do or what he feels his purpose is, but there is always going to be people that will buy what you have to offer no matter what. They will always buy it. It doesn't matter. And people are like, what about the supply? Is there any shortage? No. There's no shortage of supply. I mean, I'm certain over there, you may not have a Walmart near you, but you probably have something very similar to Walmart. Probably. And when you walk into that store, it's full of crap. You know, it's like, where does all this stuff come from? There's no shortage of supply. You've got jeans over there and shirts over there and underwear over there and socks over there. We have it here. Every country has it. And we have more than enough clothing. We could wrap clothes around this world 19,000 times probably. There's enough yarn and enough cloth. There's no shortage of supply. You guys have gas over there, oil over there, water over there, electricity over there. We have it over here. There's no shortage of supply. Unless you're in an absolute remote area. But if you still have an iPhone, it's amazing. I talked to somebody and he was in the most remotest area. He was like, I looked around his surroundings because he was showing me in video off of his iPhone that he didn't even have a toilet.
Yeah, technology comes first.
but he had an iPhone. How do you get an iPhone to that guy, but you can't provide him a toilet? Or why is he willing to buy an iPhone, but he's not willing to buy a toilet? And people will buy what you are selling no matter what. If you present a good enough offer and you present with value, there is going to be somebody that needs your services. So when you have that mindset that says, I am, I can, I will, there's greatness in me, this is what God put me on this earth to accomplish, I will establish my purpose, I will do this, even if it takes the remainder of my life, because you mentioned Edwin C. Barnes, when he went into work with Thomas Edison. He did not go into work for Thomas Edison. He went into work with Thomas Edison. He showed up at Thomas Edison's office looking like an ordinary tramp. He didn't have enough money for the fare to get there, so he had to ride like a hobo to get there. So he was a mess. He looked like a homeless man. But he had an intense desire, and he put Edison on notice that he was going to go to work with him, and he was going to become a business associate of the great Thomas Edison. Now, Thomas Edison didn't give him his opportunity at that moment in time, but he did put him in a position in the Edison wheel. Now, he could have become another cog in the wheel. He could have forgot his passion. He could have forgot his desire. I'm sure he had those thoughts. Well, there you go, Omar. You're only working for him. You're not working with him. You're only working for him. And he went forward and he became a business associate. He did everything. He showed up early. He left late. He did more than he was paid to do. And then at the outset, when nobody was looking, there was this thing called a tape recorder. We've got them on our phones now. They're called a digital recorder. We can record our voice. We're doing it right now. It's a video recorder. But this thing was the first of its kind. And all the salesmen in the Edison office who sold light bulbs said this thing was going to suck. They didn't want to sell this thing. They wanted to avoid it. It was going to be the worst thing since sliced bread. But Edwin C. Barnes saw a miracle in the making. And he said, I'll market it. I'll market it. And that's where it became the slogan, installed by Barnes, made by Edison. And he would go out and he would install these things. And it made him a millionaire. And more important, it made him a business associate. And it proved that thoughts really do become things when they're mixed with a definiteness of purpose and a burning desire for their attainment, along with persistence. And when you don't have that persistence that says, man, I am going to go after this. I am going to reach it. I'm going to reach my goals. I don't care who shows up. I don't care who supports me. I don't care if the world falls apart. I am not going to be moved from this mindset. I will try, and I will try again. And I will fail my way to success. Winston Churchill said, success is nothing more than being able to move from failure to failure without losing any enthusiasm along the way. You know, they failed over 1,000 times on the way to the moon the first time. They changed course over 1,000 times. They altered their course over 1,000 times. They changed, but I'm going to become a success. I'm going to be on stage with Tony Robbins. I'm going to to build a solid group. I'm going to build a group of over 50,000 people. You might say, well, John, you don't have 126 people in your group. You know, the whole 126 people in our Branded and Stranded Challenge would just invite 3 people. And only one of those 3 shows up in our group. We'd have 400 people in our group. And then if each 400 of those people invite 3 people into the group, and only one of them shows up, we'd have 1,200 people. The trouble is a lot of people on Facebook are joining group after group after group after group, and they can't give any value to any of them.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to join groups out there on Facebook, join a group and give value to that group. The reason why you're not getting anything from that group, you're not in that group long enough you're going from group to group to group to group. You're group hopping. It's like church hopping. We go from, I looked at my groups the other day and I had to delete half of them. I'm like, I'm in 144 groups. I don't need to be in 144 groups. So I had to delete nearly half of them. I'm like, what am I in all these groups for? I'm not getting anything because I can't give anything. Because I can't keep up with them. And most people, I know a gal who did nothing but promote her own group for 2 years. She has 12,000 people in her group. But she stays at it every day. She gives. Now, all 12,000 people aren't active in that group. In fact, most of your groups on Facebook, if you're going to want a group on Facebook, you're probably going to have maybe 1 to 10% active at any given time. They're just because so many people are in so many groups. But I'm recommending to people, stay in one group and give to that group until you have found the reason you joined the group. For instance, Branded or Stranded lead machine. I want to generate leads and I want to generate customers for my business. But we won't stay in the group long enough to see that becomes a reality. The other thing is, I'm in a group called New World, New You. It was the Comeback Challenge with Tony Robbins that he created over a year ago. And there's 660,000 people in that group.
Whoa.
Now, people are like, how did he do that? A lot of money. Because he's got the money. And he threw ads all over the place. And he wanted to build that group. But he just did a challenge over the weekend, Thursday through Monday. And out of 660,000 people, Mar, how many people do you think showed up on the lives, the Facebook lives?
500 at most.
100,000?
No, 500. 500.
Oh, yeah, 600,000 people in the group.
Yeah, I mean, on the lives, like 500 at most.
No, he had 30,000.
Wow.
On Facebook Live.
That's impressive.
He had 30,000. But out of 660,000, that's only 5%. And this is Tony Robbins. So if you're out there creating a group, and I'm trying to tell people, don't get discouraged. If you're trying to create a group and that little ISR up in the corner says 0, don't worry about it. People will watch it later. People will watch you later. Forget the I. I used to focus on that I, and I wish they'd take it away. But so many people get discouraged. You got to stay the course. Got to stay the course. Yeah. Build your business. Because what you're doing right now is on these things, when you post something to Facebook Live, you actually have a video library. And if you save it later, you can go back to it and you can offer it as a course later. You're creating product when you do these things. So don't get discouraged. And Rome was not built in a day. Stay the course. But write down what you want. Write down a date by which you want to get it. Write down a service which you're going to give in exchange for it. Come up with a plan of how you're going to bring that service to the surface. And then number 5, write out a life statement of how you feel now that you already have the money. And then number 6, read that life statement. Read your goals out loud twice daily. Look at them. because then you're creating in your subconscious mind the will to do it, the will to stay the course. This is what I'm going to be. This is what I am. I know that I can. I know that I will. This was my story. I was a failure. I'm a success now. And everything I touch will be a success. I may successfully figure out how things won't work, but I'm never going to fail again. Not everything's going to work. I successfully figured it out, but I'm going to stay the course, and I'm going to write my own story, and I'm going to stay in a positive state. And then the strategy tends to work itself out. You'll figure out ways, and people and places and things will start coming into your life. Providence itself will start coming into your life to help you. For instance, my relationship with Umar came out of probably a challenge somewhere. I think we met in a funnel group or something like that, and we just started talking back and forth, and we've created a synergistic relationship. I think we're going to be friends to the day we both die, even if we never meet physically. I certainly will at some point here in the near future, but I think our relationship at this point goes beyond monetary, goes beyond anything, goes into a vision of what we want to see accomplished. And because of that relationship with Umar, and I'm just going to say this for those of you that are watching, out of that relationship, other things begin to take place. And I'm just going to give a teaser, Umar. I hope you don't mind, but I think we've got something coming for people that we have been working with developers. We've been working with we've got some developers that Umar has had relationships with, and we are going to be we're creating something that should be released fairly soon, but we're creating something that is superb. It's superb. Obviously, most people know that we create funnels for people. We sell funnels for people. They can be, you do great work, so they're costly and it takes time and all that type of thing. So a lot of emerging entrepreneurs and business owners and coaches and things like that may not have the money to do it, may want to do it themselves, may want to have more control. So we've looked at a lot of other platforms out there that are, let's face it, most of them are crap. They get the job done. They get the job done, but they're clunky, they're clicky, it's hard to maintain.
Or expensive.
They're expensive, and there's zero support with them. Zero. Like you can't get through to anybody.
Yeah, expensive is not only money; it's also time. Can come in both ways.
So we are working on something that I'm really excited about. I won't tell you what it is, but it's a platform.
It will show up really soon.
What's that?
It will show up really soon.
Yeah. So anyway. Well, that's it for today, guys. If you watch later, put #replay. If you got anything out of this, please share this challenge with your friends. Share the group. Be a part of it. And I know we're competing with several other challenges and groups that are going on right now and events that are going on, but make sure you stop back, watch this video, share this video with your friends, and share the group. Invite people to the group, and we're really excited about the things that are coming down the pike. So you guys have yourselves a great day. You have anything else to add, Umar?
No, just I hope everyone get a huge value from this, and just see you tomorrow for a quick call about exposure versus experience, right?
Yeah.
No, experience.
And so hang tight with me tomorrow. It looks like we got a comment here. They're not in charge of the. I understand, Brett. Thanks for your comment, but I understand. At least we had a comment. So great, great. Somebody was watching. So
I'm listening.
Anyway, anyway, I will. It would be nice if Apple would, instead of offering iPhones, they would offer toilets.
Yeah.
In
It will
certain
clear the
areas.
market, yeah.
Market those. So anyway, maybe a Bluetooth one. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you tomorrow. We're going to be back here at noon. Hang around a little bit, Omar, and going to shut this off now.